Welcome to SimShed broadcasting coverage of Round 3 of the Nationwide Tracking Systems V8 Evolution Championship. Seth Leonards leads the point standing as we head to Le Mans and back-to-back pole positions for tonight's race. Welcome to Ben Morris back in the commentary booth tonight. How's it going, Ben?
I'm good, Jamie. How are you, mate? This should be an interesting one. Plenty of drafting. I'm expecting down into the chicanes and down into some tight braking areas, so we might see some team tactics here.
I haven't seen too many races at Le Mans, so this will be interesting. Of course, the fuel has been severely limited tonight, so most of these drivers are going to have to make 2 pit stops. That's really going to throw the strategies up in the air. And we have Lasseth Leonards on pole position again, 3rd time in a row. He's on fire.
He is, mate. Unbelievable. So pretty exciting stuff there to see Laz up the front. He'll be good to watch. Actually, I think he's showing a lot of form, and should be pretty exciting. He had a pretty good run in Bathurst 1000 the other day in the top split. We saw him in there. So absolutely coming of age, for want of a better term.
Trent Gostley joins him on the front row. And Riley Simons in 3rd, Rob Crisdale in 4th, Alex Cord up there, Lasseth's teammate. We've got Jamie Davis in 6th, Sean McNamara, we expect to see a good race from. 7th, Cameron Veacock in 8th, Hayden Harris in 9th, Dean Reddit in 10th. And last week's winner, Simon Chadwick in the 777 car in 11th spot.
Wow. So we got a bit of some movement there in the qualifying this round, Jamie.
Had a different qualifying procedure tonight. They got 4 laps to qualify, so team tactics were taken out of it. No drafting. They had to qualify solo, and no qualifying penalties, which is awesome as well. So helped JP out putting the grid together.
Absolutely. We should see some really exciting racing out of the back, and then I think it's going to be a great session. Probably an opportune time as well, Jamie, just to a bit of a shout out to our sponsors, obviously Nationwide Tracking Systems, for their support in the V8 Evolution Championship for this round. We've also got Goodyear Auto Care at Werwana, located down there on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland. And of course, we've got a Brucey Raceware, Trak Racer, Custom Track Art, Race Management Services, Cogman Engineering, Track Cams for Gourmet, and Melbourne Hydrographic Depot. I tell you what, these sponsor lists keep getting longer and longer every season. Everybody wants to join in. Absolutely, everyone. Absolutely. And I tell you what, I don't think they're coming for the commentary, so it must be for this good racing. So,
we've seen 3 different winners from 3 different rounds, so it's been great racing. And both previous rounds are less than a step between the top 3. So it's been very close racing. Exciting to watch from lap 1 to the final lap.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Spot on. Now, I did miss before, Sean McNamara, where is he qualified for this race, mate?
Sean McNamara is in 11th spot for tonight's race. Sean McNamara is in 7th spot.
He's in 7th spot.
Teammate Simon Chadwick's in 11th.
Now, there might be... and who's on pole, sorry, again, mate?
Lasseth Leonards.
Lasseth Leonards
with his 3rd pole position in a row.
Well, McNamara might still be getting a handle on the old ZB Comma there after coming from the Mustang. I've had some words to him. I'm still trying to get him back into the Mustang, but I reckon, look, I think it's not a bad position to be, all jokes aside, being in that mid-pack there. If he keeps it clean, and anybody around that mid-pack there, the draft is going to be massive, and I think there'll be lots of opportunity in these first couple of laps, especially on that first lap and a half. Tyres will be right in the window. After that, it's a bit of hanging on, so it should be really exciting. But Laz is on fire. He's looking really good.
Well, we want to see Laz. I don't think everyone wants to see Laz, but it's interesting. Laz has been up there at the front, battling away in the top 3. He's probably had about 5 podiums in the last 7 or 8 races, including last season series. And he hasn't been able to manage a win. So tonight could be the night, but it's going to be. It's a little bit like a Daytona at Le Mans. It's going to be a lot of slipstreaming, a lot of outbraking. And you're going to have a little bit of luck. 12 laps doesn't seem like a long way. With 2 pit stops, you're going to have to be spot on with the pit stops. and you're going to have to stay up the front. You want to be near the front. You want to stay in that slipstreaming pack. You need to cooperate with the cars around you. You've got to use your smarts. You've got to use your brains. You've got to know when's a good time to back off, let another guy through in the braking zone. And, of course, the slowdowns around this track, the track limits.
Oof,
It's so easy to go off the track when you're trying to find that extra little couple of feet here on the exits and a couple of little centimetres on the apexes. You can easily just go a little bit offline, get a slowdown, and that's going to cost you so big. You have to even have a nice strategy, and maybe you've practiced it throughout the week, how to get back onto the track and get rid of that slowdown without losing too much time and be able to stay in that slipstreaming pack at the front.
It's a really good point, Jamie. I think, there's the right-hander into the Porsche curves, then the left, as you're sort of halfway through. That left-hander, there's a line of blue tyres there on the wall, and almost visually it just sort of sucks you into that corner. You think you're further away than you are, and the next thing you've got half a car dragged across it, and that's going to ruin your lap, let alone your race. Because I think one of the big things here as well, aero damage with any knocking around is going to be a big handicap. But I think we're getting close to the start now, guys.
30 seconds till they grid up. For round 3, the Nationwide Tracking Systems V8 Evolution Championship. Brought to us by Trak Racer tonight. The Trak Racer Le Mans 160. 106 kilometres, 12 laps, 2 pit stops. Unless somebody can really fuel conserve out of that. And no safety cars tonight. Laps are too long, so there will be no safety cars tonight. So if you get caught in an incident, bad luck. Going to be towed back to the pits. Hope for the best from there. All right, that's the end of the warm-up session.
Here we go, mate.
Up.
I'll tell you what, I reckon...
Simon.
Go on, mate.
Go for it.
I was just going to say, I think race control could take a bit of a holiday then for tonight without the safety cars, so that'll be exciting. They'll love it.
All right, they're on the grid. Leonage, Gosling, Simons, Crisdale, Court, Davis, McNamara, Veacock, Harrison, Reddit, Chadwick, Warboys, Hobbs, Anderson, Davis, Costello, Bean, Dawson. Revs are rising. We've got 37 cars on the grid. Alford and Vella on the final row of the grid. 12 laps, round 3. Trak Racer Le Mans 160. There's the green.
Away we go.
Get away. Two of the cars coming around that final corner. Leonage looks like he's got a nice clean start. Gosling's riding with him on the inside. We've got Riley Simons in third. Rob Crisdale and Alex Court up there as well. The Dunlop chicane, and Gosling's lost a rear by the looks of it.
Oh no. We've had
Leonage has got the break he wants though, and he's got Alex Court in second place. This is great for the NTS boys, first and second.
We've got some activity at the background there, guys. It's
fortunately cars. Chadwick is well involved. McNamara involved as well. McNamara's down in 22nd position. Very messy Dunlop curves.
I think we're going to see some penalties handed out shortly. Race control straight into it. McNamara is on
it. Very rarely hear Sean McNamara onto race control, so something has obviously been affected his first lap. Leonage though. Leonage Court, Veacock, Simons, Harrison. Harrison's jumped up 4 spots. Veacock up 5 spots.
Well, it's a dream start for the NTS boys there, Jamie. It's all happening back in the backpack there. This will be the chance to put their head down and get out of there.
McNamara not having the start he would like to his title defence. Able to finish third in last week's race at Mid-Ohio. It was a fortunate start at round 1 at Road America. Very messy in the Dunlop chicane at the first corner, first braking zone.
And the worry here will be, that any damage on the cars.
Oh, with the fuel strategy, it's going to be interesting. Maybe some cars might be able to pit on this first lap. Get the a fast repair and get back out and salvage something out of this race. Get some decent points.
Alex Court
down the grid.
Just seeing Alex Court do a very late break into the corner, and he's dived onto Laz. We might be picking that up in a moment, but he's cost him a lot of time there. Deary me, that was
back into the clutches of
very,
Cameron Veacock. Cameron Veacock's actually passed him around the outside, ahead to Indianapolis. Fast right-hander, and then a left-hander as you're braking. Back from Alex Court. Cameron Veacock, Riley Simons, all battling for second. Leonage will be having a quick look in his rear vision mirror, going, yes, this is what I wanted. I've got the championship lead and I've got a 3-second break and somebody's run wide there. That's Riley Simons. Riley Simons has gone off a nage. Gone really wide. I don't know if he hit the barrier there.
Gee, some of these cars are moving around, Jamie. You can only imagine what's going to be like in the next couple of laps because the tyres just go off so quickly on this track in these cars. Even in the lower temperatures, you really notice it after a half a lap on the second lap. So this is going to be pretty exciting.
Side by side through Porsche curves. Oh, Crisdale, a little nudge. Costello passes him. Ana Costello up into 9th position. Side by side through the Porsche curves. Hayden Harrison in 9th. 4th position. Got Jamie Davis hot on his heels. Coming into the final chicane. But it's Leonage. Leonage is going to lead through lap 1. Leonage from Veacock. Veacock up 6 positions.
Wow, that's a hell of a drive.
Leonage, Veacock, Court, Harrison, Jamie Davis, Riley Simons, Lindsay Hobbs, Ana Costello, Robert Crisdale, Wade Michael, Dean Reddit, Blake Warboys, Jonathan Bean, Jason Davis, Alan Dawson, Blake Urquhart, Tommy Heyman. Tommy Heyman's up 13 positions.
13 positions, amazing.
He led last week's race at Mid-Ohio, Tommy Heyman, till he had a technical issue. Took him out of the lead of the race. It'll be one to watch, working his way back up through the field. Lap 2 of 12.
I'm hearing some stop and hold penalties coming out, so it'll be interesting to see the cars, who's involved in that from that first lap incident. A stop and hold here. Oh, it's going to be a
terrible first lap for 9.5 Sim Sports, Ben. Sean McNamara, Ashley Davis, Simon Chadwick have all had to hit the pit lane. They're 33rd, 34th and 35th.
Oof. So they've all stopped, Jamie. That's confirmed.
Looks like they have. Just looking at my timing tower.
There's a bit of action up the front there too.
Sean McNamara with a 4-minute 43 first lap compared to Leonage with a 4-minute 5.
Oof.
Like Warboys now. Warboys in 11th spot. This guy's got to realise now this is a perfect chance for them to jump up the championship table. Solid finish here. It's going to really throw you up to the top 5 perhaps. Leonage, he's the man. And Alex Court back up into 2nd, I've just noticed. He's past Cameron Veacock. Now this is great news. After Alex Court got a late penalty at Mid-Ohio, a late drive-through penalty for contact with, I believe it was...
Cameron Veacock looks like he's going there.
Yeah, there's a slipstreaming battle. These two got to work in hand now. They've got to be smart about it. Use the slipstream of each other. If they want to catch up to Leonage, it's the way they're going to have to go about it. Maybe Alex Court might. Probably a little bit early in the race to start thinking of team tactics. He'd probably still fancy himself to win this race. He'd hope to catch up to Leonage.
Yeah, Cameron Veacock there, right on the bumper.
Use the slipstream. Got to work it well now to catch up that 1.5 second gap. Leonage is out there on his own, doing all the work, burning the fuel. No slipstream. Leonage, Court, Veacock, Harrison, Davis, Jamie Davis in 5th. And Robert Crisdale here. He's having a battle with Riley Simons for 8th position. out of Anage, side by side.
Side by side.
Notice that Riley Simons has been black flagged. Be from the chicane incident.
Yeah, that'll be disappointing. Oh, and he's just been taken out. I've seen him on some back cameras here, guys. Going to the Porsche curves.
Into the Porsche curves, yep. Facing the wrong way. He's going to find that hard to get back onto the track there.
Yeah, there's a big hit.
Cars coming in. Look at the replay. Who have we got? Riley Simons. Oh, and he hasn't really given enough room there to the 079. And
that's that racecraft.
The rear of his car clipped, and he's hit the barrier hard. That's been a terrible race for Riley Simons.
That's that racecraft we talk about, don't we, Jamie? That awareness. It's
clipping the front of Wade Michael's car. Nice spot. Managed to get back on the track, but now he's down in 27th positions. He's down 24 positions from the start of his race. Very untidy first 2 laps from Riley Simons.
Yeah, something's happening back here with Cameron Veacock. He has dropped right back, and I wonder if he got a slow down there. But the car doesn't look like that's damaged at all. But he is very slow.
Fourth fastest lap of the race. Half a second or nearly a full second faster than Lasseth Leonage. So Court definitely has not given up on this race win here. Leonage is going to have to work for it. Going to have to battle his teammate. A little bit like the Mercedes out in front, battling with each other. Leonage, you'd probably consider him the Valtteri Bottas. Court would be the Lewis Hamilton. Court's had the win. He's got the runs on the board. Leonage yet to break his duck in the series, but maybe tonight will be the night.
Although tonight, boys, if the race stays the same, looking at the championship, we've got 5 or 6 guys behind Laz that aren't anywhere in this race.
8-9 for Laz. Oh, look at that! 79. That was Wade Michael. Oh, really deep into that chicane. He closed up big time on Robert Crisdale. Missed his braking marker. He saw all he had was the back of Crisdale's car and just let it in, across the gravel, and nearly collected Dean Reddit on the way through, or was it Hobbs? That's what you've really got to avoid in this race. You do not want to stuff it up. You've got to keep... Oh, and there we go. Robert Crisdale is in the bit of action again.
Now, Alex Court is zooming up on the back of Laz here as well. Just having a look back at the front, guys.
Yeah, definitely. Right. Leonage has not been able to extend the gap. Court's on him. Hey, we've got pit strategies to look forward to soon. I have no idea what these guys are going to be doing as the way of pit strategy. They're having to make 2 pit stops in a 12-lap race. There's so many ways you can mix it up.
Oh, Rob Crisdale back at the back there as well. He's all over. He's making a move down here, down on Warboys.
Okay.
I'd say Leonage and Court, if they've thought about it, they would really probably want to go into the pits at the same time so they can keep that slipstream, keep that tow going between the two of them, and sort it out late in the race. Work with each other here. They've got a 2-second gap now back to Hayden Harrison and Cameron Veacock in 4th. Jamie Davis in 5th, Raina Costello. 8 Warboys, that's the battle we've been looking at.
Absolutely.
Looking there's somebody gone wide in the NTS car. I think that was... Okay, it was Pacific Sprint. There's a lot of cars with damage out here. It was a scrappy start. It's been a very scrappy first couple of laps. Leonage and Court have managed to keep away from that. Away from the battles, and now that using that advantage. We're looking at Lindsay Hobbs, this big battle here. 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. None of them have been able to break away from each other.
No, they're just starting the race, just starting to settle down a little bit now.
Leonage with a half-second gap back to Court. Court's got 2.5 seconds back to Harrison. Harrison's got a 1.5 back to Veacock. Veacock with a second back to Jamie Davis. Andy Costello. Oh, Lindsay Hobbs has copped a slowdown. That's what you really want to avoid here. He's lost 3 positions now.
Well, Hayden Harris just on a faster lap by half a second on Lads on that last lap, so he's making ground. There might be some conversation soon about maybe swapping drivers here, but I can't see Laz doing that.
The race control there. One of the snap-on cars in the pits, so I think it would have been, that might be Gosling. He would have been doing his pit drive-through. Might have been Riley Simon, sorry. John Nikolaev. Aaron Taylor. Aaron Taylor's up to game 2. Heading onto the back straight. Mulsanne straight, as I always knew it.
Back in the old days, the old good days. Flat down there.
Looking for. Oh, look out! There's a tap in the background.
Oh. Lindsay Hobbs, big one.
Lindsay Hobbs, yep, he's on the race control. By side into the braking zone. Drifts across. Car behind him turns in. Into the wall.
Yeah, it's a risky place to be putting it down there, but you got to go for it.
Jason Davis just split the tail. Jason Davis is up 11 spots, but the race control is going to have to look into that. Hard night for race control tonight, definitely. Andy Costello up 10 spots. He's in 6th. He's able to keep his nose clean. Look at his car, looks clean, no damage.
He's
not carrying any aero drag. He's going to be one to look out for. Leonage, Court, Harrison, Veacock, Davis, Costello, Warboys, Crisdale, in Reddit, Jason Davis, Alan Dawson up there. Wade Michael's been in the wars a little bit. James Anderson's worked his way. Dawson's actually just dropped a spot to Wade Michael. Looking at Wayne Taylor here, up 16 spots. In a bit of a battle with Dean Michaels, Michael Dumbrell, Sean Pidwell. Car in front. I'm just having a look and see who that is. It's the bonnet. In fact, there's a couple of cars missing their bonnet. That's definitely going to affect. In fact, all these cars look like they're carrying a bit of fender damage.
So easy to do around this track, isn't it, Jamie? Especially with some of the first start that we've seen there.
Tyre racing, we see like this, 3 side by side as they head into Indianapolis. Not really the place you want to do it. Oh, and braking, everyone's using different braking markers. Taylor involved. Wayne Taylor. Oh, and there's a tap.
Oh.
Wayne Taylor's been hit.
Oh dear.
Guys are really struggling tonight. Oh, look at that. 3 of them off at Anage.
Oh dear.
It's a little bit sloppy there, a little bit untidy. You won't like to see that back on the replay.
It's like a funnel down into there. Oh dear. That's all.
No patience tonight.
Yeah.
We knew we had to be up the front. And here's the pit stop. Here's the first pit stop for the NTS boys. Leonage and Court in. Leonage in the 79. Court in the 888. Hitting at the end of lap 5.
Well, this will be interesting to see how people go here, Jamie, especially if we see a bit of traffic. But the field is spread out a little bit with some of the...
These two probably don't want to play their fuel strategies differently here. They want to get it back out pretty much side by side, but they want to come out and clear air as well. Last week, Leonage was missing his chief engineer on the radio, and he stayed out 3 laps too long. And that cost him big time at Mid-Ohio. If the strategy works tonight, Cameron Veacock stayed out, Harrison Hayden. There they go, side by side now. They've got to communicate here. They've got to work it. Court's jumped him, though. Court has jumped him in the pits. Leonage has got to be a little bit disappointed about that, but he's got to bounce back and realise now I can use this to my advantage. Out in the lead, Cameron Veacock. At 5, Hayden Harrison, Jamie Davis, Blake Warboys, Robert Crisdale, Dean Reddit. These guys got to work together now. In a fast, solid lap here, and they can catch up that gap that they had behind the NTS boys, Leonage and Court. Looking at the timing tower, it looks like Court and Leonage have come out in a bit of fresh air, so they'll be happy about that. Court's about 3 seconds behind Wayne Taylor. They'll be able to put in a solid lap here. Veacock, Harrison, Davis, Warboys. Boys back there just flashing a little bit. But here's our top 3, Veacock, Harrison and Jamie Davis. To the left. Oh, and I think Davis... Yep, Davis missed the braking zone there. And that's cost him. He's had to go through the tyre bundle. Probably get a slowdown there. He has to manage it so he doesn't lose the toe here, but doesn't get a penalty. You get a certain amount of time in iRacing. They give you a certain amount of time to wash off the speed that you've gained.
Looks like he's dropped right back there. He's trying to get that penalty off.
He is. He's trying to get rid of that penalty now, and it's losing him time. He's down to 2.5 seconds behind the back of Harrison. And those are the little errors. Little errors like that are so costly around here at Le Mans. You think, oh, it's an easy track, just a flat-out blast around here, but it's technical. Very technical, those chicane. Got to know how much track you can use, how much curb you can use. Got to hit those braking points exactly spot on.
Absolutely. I mean, 2, 3, 4 tenths is a lot of time to make up, especially on this track where you're basically flat out for a lot of it.
It's a very difficult track to make up time. Very easy to lose time, but very difficult track to make up time when you're 90% of the time flat out, hard on the throttle.
Absolutely.
Will Veacock and Harrison pit on this lap? Question. I think there's not much or wheel spin there from Harrison, pushing Veacock hard here. Alex Court and Lasseth Leonage come out in 16th and 17th position. These two, I'm pretty sure they'd pit on this lap. I don't know what the fuel tank size is. It's like about 55 litres or so, so I reckon they would definitely have to pit at the end of this lap. I think the fuel burn was about 10 litres per lap.
Yeah, it's about that. I think, they'll be pushing lap 9, 10, I reckon, for have that final stop, Jamie.
They want to get the most out of the tyres. You'd want to split it up. You'd probably want to use those tyres up evenly. Veacock, will we see him hit the pit lane? Our left-hand side, yep, there they go. Veacock, Harrison, Davis, Warboys all hit the pit lane. Tricky little pit lane as well, easy to brake too late and go across the sand trap. Get a slow down there either. Don't lose that before the pit lane, you're going to get even more a penalty now. It's going to be interesting to see where Court and Leonage come out here. If they've managed to get clear air, and I'm just looking at the timing tower, Court has caught right up to the back of Wayne Taylor, so that might be affecting his run at this point in time. Leonage is within 2 tenths of the back of Court, so I'd say Court's being held up here by Wayne Taylor. They're probably going through the Porsche curves right now.
Veacock's just up on the jacks now, so
all the cars are back in. A lot of cars are going to be using their fast repair now as well. Get rid of that damage that they might have suffered. That's messy start to the race. Into lap 6, Court leads. Court takes over the lead again from Leonage. Now watch that pit exit. Ooh, I think they've got a nice gap there. Very nice gap. They're opening it up as we speak. Out to 5, out to 7 seconds, I think. Leonage is about 8.5 seconds from Veacock. Did the NTS boys take on a little bit less fuel? I'd have to put a little bit more on in the last stop. That's the question. There we go. They have pulled out an 8-second lead. Oh, it's Court and Leonage. Can Leonage stay with Court? Court's going to find it hard to break away. Rainer Costello's actually up into 3rd position. He's up 13 spots.
That's a fantastic drive. Absolutely fantastic. Looking really good there for Rainer.
Costello in 3rd spot. There he is now. Cameron Veacock just taking that 3rd spot back now. Oh.
Well, that's
Our last week unfortunate story of Tommy Heyman at Mid-Ohio, where he had a technical issue and crashed out of the lead. Oh, just watching a bit of side-by-side there, Tommy Heyman. He is up 21 spots in the 9th spot, so he has flown that first stint. In the background there, brakes locking up. These guys are pushing hard in the braking zones. Don't focus on those exits though, they're so important as well. Only make up splits and tenths in the braking zone and lose tenths of second.
So easy to lose that time.
Jamie Davis in 5th. Court leads from Leonage. Court's only 0.3 of a second in front of Leonage. 10 seconds back to Rainer Costello. 1.3 seconds back to Cameron Veacock. Jamie Davis in 5th. Here we have Jamie Davis. He's just been passed by Hayden Harrison, and now we've got Warboys Chris Dale. Rainer Costello, Cameron Veacock, Hayden Harrison, Jamie Davis, Blake Warboys. Battle for 3rd. Rainer Costello in 3rd. Cameron Veacock in 4th. Teammate Hayden Harrison in 5th.
It's going to get tasty.
Jamie Davis in the black bonneted car. Being pressured by Warboys in the white and green car. Warboy, Costello in the number 44. New face in the NTS Evolution Championship. Having his best race of the season so far. Up in 3rd position. These guys are really battling now for 3rd spot. If the NTS boys don't make a mistake, battle it is here. Veacock. Veacock just on the inside of Costello for the Porsche curves.
Hell of a move.
Veacock into 3rd.
Good driving from both.
A little bit more of that for the rest of the race. We're only a lap 6, halfway.
Yeah, it's good. That's good race crash driving from both those guys. Good awareness.
Having a look at some of our championship protagonists. James Anderson down in 32nd, Simon Chadwick in 33rd, Ashley Davis in 34th, Riley Simons in 35th, Sean McNamara in 36th position.
Oh dear.
Been up and down this season so far for McNamara. He's not going to find it easy defending that championship. Court, Leonage, Veacock. Veacock in 3rd spot. We're looking at Warboys now in 7th. Andy Costello in 4th. He's up 12 positions. Just going to see if Tommy Heyman can make up the distance here. He's in 9th spot, up 21 positions. Let's have a look at last lap times. We had a 3:59 from Alex Court, a 4 dead for Leonage. And of course, Cameron Veacock pitted. Rainer Costello, so he pitted early, so he had a 4:01.46 at last lap. All the rest of the guys, actually have a look and see Blake Warboys made up 3 seconds at pit stop. So he had a very fast pit stop compared to the rest of them.
3 seconds.
Yep. Hayden Harrison last lap was a 4:45. Blake Warboys was a 4:42, so he made 3 seconds up in that pit stop. Here he is now, Warboys, making the move on Jamie Davis. That's deep braking. He's going to find it hard to miss the second apex, and finds it hard to put the power down as well, and that opens it up for Jamie Davis to just pass him back again on this next straight. You can see the gaps. You can see the 2 NTS cars out in front. Down to 8 seconds, so the Cameron Veacock and that have made up a bit of ground here. There's a bit of squeezing going on. Michael Dumbrell. Well.
Oh.
Yeah, Pidwell and Dean Williams were right alongside each other there, not giving each other much courtesy. Close to that inside barrier. It's a very wide track at that point in time.
Bit of action back with Jamie Davis.
Jamie Davis, race control. He has dropped 7th behind Blake Boys. That's Jason Davis we're looking at there. Others, I believe, and Jamie and Jason. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm going to say you're not. Sounds
a lot
about
of
right.
Davises. I don't think they're all related. In this field, but 5 Davises. Yeah, safety car driver as well. Here's Tommy Heyman. Trak.
We're just looking back at the front. I'm just looking back at the front. Laz is on the back of Alex, so this is a bit of inter-team battle here.
Good to see. These two are going to have to fight it out. I'm sure they're going to be fairly nice to each other, but you can imagine how desperate Leonage is for the win. Court needs the points. Court needs the championship points. He hasn't had the greatest of starts. At this point in time in the season, last season, he was dominating the championship. Hasn't come so well for him this season.
Yeah.
Still up there.
Yeah, still up there. Still up there, seeing it's early days in the championship. But I think Laz has really came for that win, and I think he's getting himself in a position here to look to see where the opportunities are to go for it.
They use the same strategy. He's going to need a bit of luck. He's lost a few tenths there through the Porsches.
Easy to do as well, especially
get back out to 1.2. Is Veacock. Veacock and Costello still battling away for 3rd and 4th. Hayden Harrison still with him, and Warboys there as well, and Jamie Davis. Rob Crisdale and Tommy Heyman are closing that gap. Crisdale in 8th, Heyman in 9th. And a bit of a gap back to Jonathan Bean. He's 3 seconds back in 10th. And a bit more of a gap back to Jason Davis. Jonathan Bean coming through Dunlop. Oh, Booth in 18th position.
Jason Davis. Jason been given a black flag.
Yes, I'm just having a look at the black flags now. Trent Gosley's been black flagged, Wade Michael's been black flagged, Michael Dumbrell and Jason Davis has all been black flagged, so the addition amount.
Jason Davis is trying to have a discussion with race control over it, which is not the desired way to go about it. Certainly lodge a protest after the race, but I think really now head down, focus on what's in front, and worry about the rest later.
Veacock back up into 3rd. Masters Costello, that slipstreaming battle down Mulsanne. Probably Costello will pass Veacock back here on this bit, and that's the way you want to do it. That's the way you got to do it down here. Stream, pass one, then pass each other back again, and then do it again around the backside of the track coming into Indianapolis. Fastest way around when you're working as a team.
And don't crash into each other. That is really key. Look at that.
Leonage is on the back of Court again. Court he stretches it out through Porsche, and then Leonage with the draft catches right back up. And I guess that's got a fair bit to do with the aero. Hard to follow cars through Porsche curves. Cars suffer with a bit of understeer as it is. But look at this. He's right in the draft now. 0.17, 0.18. Brake. Early on the brakes there. A bit of fuel saving perhaps.
And the other piece as well there, Jamie, is that the tyres, especially in the draft, through the Porsche curves, they'll be suffering. You know, they won't be liking it at all.
Notice Hayden Harrison's up to 3rd, and Cameron Veacock and Rainer Costello have dropped.
Oh.
Is that my timing tower, or is Hayden Harrison?
Lindsay Hobbs is...
Hobbs is not happy with Jason Davis by the looks of it. Just having a look at the replay here, and this is it. This is the incident. All coming down to the end of the Mulsanne Straight, and all boys and seemed to be anything too serious going on there. Cameron Veacock's back in 3rd position there. Veacock, Costello, I don't know what happened there with Hayden Harrison. He looked like he was moved up the third, but maybe he might have skipped the chicane there earlier. Might have gone through the tyre barrier. Tyre bundles. Yeah, it's Veacock's now got a little bit of a gap back to Costello. Hayden Harrison tight on the back of Costello.
Lindsay Hobbs has been black flagged.
That was a little incident with, it might have been radio chat actually, because really, I heard in the background there he's talking an outburst, really not really communicating with race control.
Yeah, I heard that.
On that.
Yeah, I think it's something to do with Jamie Davis.
And it's second round of pits. They're all in the pits. They're all funneling in. Court, Leonage, Veacock, Hello, War Boys, Harrison. This is it. This is critical point of the race now. Find out. We'll have a look at those gaps. There's a few staying out. Like Jamie Davis staying out. Rob Crisdale staying out. Tommy Hayman's hit the pits as well. Jonathan Bean. Court, Leonage for the battle of the lead. Court jumped Leonage on the last pit. Leonage be able to change the reverse. So up on the jacks, ticking, time's ticking, so slow. You want that, and there we go. Court's away. Leonage is a little bit hardy. He hasn't lost too much. He'll still be in the draft there. The War Boys leads now from Jamie Davis, Rob Crisdale, Dean Reddit, Alan Dawson, Luke Fraser, and then Alex Courts in 7th, Leonage in 8th, Cameron Veacock 9th, Hayden Harrison 10th, Reina Costello 11th. 8 War Boys. 8 War Boys here. Like those three managed to, I'm just trying to look at the gaps here now. Nice to get a long shot to see what the gaps are. We've definitely got Court, Leonage. There's not much of a gap there, 1.7 seconds. Then Cameron Veacock, Aiden Harrison, Reina Costello, Wayne Taylor, Jason Davis. Okay, so we're looking at the lead battle here. This is the top 3. They haven't pitted yet. Looking at War Boys first. Jamie Davis there with the black bonneted Commodore flipping a own through the second chicane on the back straight to the tight. Hard braking right-hander at the end of the Mulsanne straight. So these 3 will be pitting at the end of this lap. Nice clean lap though. Interesting to see where they pop out. Harrison to Cameron Veacock, Hayden Harrison and Reina Costello. 8 War Boys was right in that battle, and same with Jamie Davis. Rob Crisdale's actually crept up throughout the race. He's been chipping away at this time, and he's right up onto the tail of them now. He was streaming along with Tommy Hayman previously. Tommy Hayman's pitted. He's half a second behind Jonathan Bean now. War Boys leads. Lap 9. Laps to go at the end of this one. Lap 10, 11 and 12. Through Indianapolis. Hard on the brakes for the left-hander. Oh, good strong race here. Wasn't able to latch onto that lead pack early into the race, but he's managed to dodge and deflect all the going-ons of the first 10 laps. War Boys, Davis, Crisdale. Watch for the pits at the end of this lap. Court's actually got a driver between him and Leonage, I've just noticed. Luke Fraser. Luke Fraser hasn't pitted. And Leonage has not managed to pass him. So Alex Court now has managed to put a car between him and Leonage, which will come in very handy. There's the gap. There it is now. Court, Luke Fraser.
Les is just trying to get the slipstream there.
This is critical for Leonage. He has to, yep. Fraser's done the right thing. Fraser stepped over to the right-hand side, let Leonage through. But Leonage has lost a little bit of time there. That's going to be critical with 3 laps to go at the end of this lap. War Boys pits. Jamie Davis pits. Isdale stays out.
Staying out.
Use the dregs right down to the bottom of the tank. Isdale. We knew that they could pit as late as lap 11. A strategy here by Crisdale. We'll see how it turns out for him. Looking at the NTS boys as they come into lap 10. Court, Leonard. Crisdale leads. Court now back up into second. Leonard in third. Jamie Davis. War boys are in the pits. Be interesting to see how they pop out. Keep an eye on them. Head to Veacock. Veacock's now up to fourth. Hayden Harrison fifth. Rainer Costello. Blake Warboys now out of the pits. Jamie Davis just pops out of the pits. The NTS boys have an 8.5 second lead. Back to Veacock through the pit stops. They've only lost maybe a second and a half at the most.
Now, Rob Crisdale, he surely hasn't got enough fuel to go to the end. Surely not.
Well,
Has he saved fuel?
Find out.
It looks a little bit light, the tank, but the way it's moving around, but
A master fuel saver.
he's just done his last lap was a 3:59. 3:55.8.
That's pretty quick.
He's flying.
That's qualifying time. If you on an empty tank or a low tank, putting in some fast laps here.
3:59.8.
Going to put him up into that battle for third. So
His
I'm pretty sure he's going to have to pit. Pretty sure.
His last 3 laps were flat 4, 4:01, and then 3:59. Looks like he pitted on lap 5, 6.
Got Sean McNamara up to 12th. Going to be interesting to see how he manages the rest of the race. He had to pit at the end of lap 1, so whether he's got enough fuel to bring it home, he would be hoping that he doesn't have to make a third pit stop. And it well. See, he's probably on some pretty old tyres there.
I'm kidding.
Tail wag.
Flying here, guys.
Sean McNamara following Alan Dawson here. Made Michael just behind Sean McNamara. So yeah, pit stops, find out what's going to happen here at the end. Sean McNamara would be very happy to be in a 12th position after the start of his race. He can manage to hold on to that. Looking his teammate, 777 car, Simon Chadwick, down in 36th positions. Yeah, he's had a disastrous... Whoa, and here we go, here's the lead. Court and Leonard, side by side. Leonard takes the lead. What's going on here, Ben?
Oof. Well. I mean, what are we seeing here? Maybe the tyres are starting to go off. Laz he's been back a little bit. He's been holding back. I won't say holding back, but he might have been saving his tyres a little bit here, just taking advantage out of the exit. But we'll see if it'll be interesting to see if he starts to move away from Alex or not. But I would probably suggest they're going to stay reasonably close.
Here's Crisdale. If Crisdale hits pit lane. Goodyear car, Crisdale. Warana, Goodyear, Auto Care. Hits the pit lane. Out of the lead. Going to lose the lead here. A 25-second gap back to Leonard and Court. The 555, Crisdale. It's the pits. The legendary pit lane at Le Mans.
Whack about 10 litres of fuel and away we go. Actually, make that 20.
He'd be very low on fuel at this point in time. And here they are. Leonard still in second, Court in third. Leonard out to take the lead back. Out of lap 11. Half a second back to Court. Leonard still on the first win in the championship. Crisdale is sitting there in the pit lane right now. Cameron Veacock coming through. Cameron Veacock into third. Costello into fourth.
Rob's away.
Down to sixth. Hayden Harrison up to fifth. All boys up to sixth. Crisdale's out of the pits. He hold it just to Jamie Davis, like he's managed to. Crisdale up to seventh. Jamie Davis down to eighth. Jonathan Bean, 9th. Tommy Heyman, 10th. Right from Tommy Heyman. Leonage, 3:59.2 on that last lap. Flying. Court only with a 4:07. So these guys are slipstreaming around here, using the toe to their best advantage. Leonage, he's looking for that first win.
He's looking strong, Jamie.
You can smell it. It's so close now.
I don't think Alex is going to let him, just going to hand it to him on a plate.
We're tight though. They're super tight. In court would know how much this will mean to Leonage. Give it to him. Leonage court. Lap 11 of 12 in the Trak Racer Le Mans 160. Coming up to the left hand, left, right, left chicane on the back straight. Court closes up. The power down. Nice drive out of there. Chadwick's in the pit lane, so that's
a long day
and
for the boys.
Till McNamara's had to pit again. He's down in 27th. Pretty messy race for some of those for the 9.5 Sim Sports. They've had a hectic schedule lately. Might be coming back on them now.
Yeah, they have been involved in a lot of different type of classes of racing, haven't they, Jamie? We've seen the cars everywhere, but they looked.
Ohio, we've seen them in endurance races. We've seen it at the Bathurst 1000.
Yeah.
Kyle Booth and Luke Fraser here, side by side. Fraser's holding that inside line, gets it back a little bit wavy there. Managed to hold Booth out. Tries to put the power down, tries to give it everything he got so he can get into that slipstream. Luke Fraser. Another battle here, Tim Mulford. And Sammy K. Kazinas. Up in 18th position. Mulford in 9th, and Mulford under a little bit of pressure from David Zittebart. Looking at the end of Mulsanne. Mitch Campbell and Trent Gosling behind them as well. Smoke off the tyres. Battling for 19th, 20th, 21st. Race control still busy with requests.
Still busy.
Being one of those races, I've noticed another couple of black flags. Lindsay Hobbs has been black flagged. John Nikolaev has been black flagged.
Dear oh dear. Wouldn't be down in race control for quids, mate.
Flag. Michael Dumbrell was that black flagged. I think I've seen 7 black flags tonight. 7 black flags. Leonage finishes lap 11. On to the final lap of the race. Got a half a second lead to his teammate Alex Court. Eacock in 3rd, Rainer Costello 4th, Hayden Harrison 5th. A battle on for 3rd. Costello's not giving up on that position. So I've just seen there was just a little bit of a change of position there between Veacock and Costello, but Costello might have made a mistake and gone through the Dunlop chicane and lost a bit of time. He might have just passed Cameron Veacock for a fraction of a second there, the Dunlop chicane at the first turn. Veacock's now got 3rd position back. Here we go, onto the Mulsanne Straight. Leonage, Court. Question is, has Court been given team orders? Is Court going to sit there behind, or is he going to challenge?
Well, I'd hope it'd be a challenge all the way. This is what the racing's all about. These guys are professional enough to be able to play fair, but
No, he's not going to dive bomb him. He's not going to do anything silly and take them both out. And Leonage will know that as well.
Absolutely, it'll be a fair racing, fair hard racing. That's what we see.
There's some hard racing just behind these two as well. So Veacock has not managed to lose Costello. They're battling hard for 3rd. The Leonage Court The
Yeah,
Veacock,
Rayner's
Costello in the
doing it.
background.
Rayner's doing a fantastic drive. He's in the slipstream too.
Hayden Harrison with Rayner Costello. He's up into third now. Pulled up alongside Cameron Veacock. Been a long time since Veacock's been on a podium. Rayner Costello is looking
Careful
for
with
his
the
first
lean
podium
over there.
here. Oh, look at how hard they're braking. Oh, there's a little
nice.
there's a little tap, but what's gonna be? Oh, and up on the curve, they've hit each other again. Veacock's got very close to the barrier and he comes back out, and that's opened the door up for Hayden Harrison.
Rayner's gone right over to protect it.
Andy Costello looking for his first podium, but Hayden Harrison's alongside and got the inside line.
Deary
The hard
me.
braking right-hander. Hayden Harrison up to third. Half a lap to go between these three. He's got a nice drive alpha there though, and Costello's dropped it back to fifth. Cameron Veacock. Hello, side by side. I'm keeping an eye on the gap between Leonage and Court. Leonage has still got 0.6 of a second. We'll stay with these guys. So I'd say Harrison might have done enough now for third, but this is going to be very interesting between these two. Veacock and Costello. They're battling hard. Not much room given there. Little tap again. That's a third tap within half a lap. Veacock, Costello. Giving Hayden Harrison
Hard on the brakes there. Oh, this one wide. Veacock back up
Hayden
in
Harrison's run wide. Veacock's up to third. Oh no, Harrison, the two teammates are side by side. This is going to be very interesting into Porsche. Leonard still leads by 0.7 of a second. I'd say he's got that wrapped up. Course not going to probably challenge unless Leonard makes a mistake into the final chicanes. But here we've got a great battle for third position. Veacock, Costello, Harrison.
Right.
Got to watch Leonard take his first win. This is history. Championship leader, 3 pole positions in a row, and he's about to take his first win. Leonage. Through the left. Through the final right. Sports formation finish. MTS boys, number 79, Leonage wins his first race for Nationwide Tracking Evolution Championship. Courts followed him home, and we've got a battle here for third as they come across the line. It's going to be Veacock. Veacock, Costello, Harrison, Brisdale, War Boys, all across the line, just like that.
That's a great bit of racing. Well done to Laz and Alex, and Veacock holding on there for third. That was an amazing bit of driving for that last half a lap with the boys. I think Rayner, hats off to him, mate. He did a fantastic job there, and probably a little bit unlucky with the tap there through the chicane, but the boys were bouncing around. That's good hard racing. Well done, lads. Great roll, great race.
Long time coming, Ben, and he's finally pulled it off. Flaccid Leonage wins the Trak Racer Le Mans 160.
Yeah,
what a drive.
Well deserved.
Yeah, super full.
Yeah.
Have to ask him. We'll have to find out what he's been doing differently. He said the other night it was less practice. But I find that hard to believe. Less practice and better performances. Is that possible?
It sounds like something we'd be familiar with. So yeah.
Sometimes that's the way it works. Sometimes, driving these cars a little bit smoother. Trying so hard.
Yeah, not driving so hard. Absolutely, you got to find a real rhythm with these things, and they're unlike anything else. They're unlike anything else.
As always in the Nationwide Tracking Systems V8 Evolution Championship, cool down lap is critical as well. So these guys have got 6K, isn't it? Le Mans track. Get round. I'm just got JP in my ear here saying we probably should have gave him a bit of leeway here on this one with the cool down lap.
JP might be worried about the teams running out of fuel and penalties. We have to have a look at that, but but we're also hearing that JP's saying that they've got 9 litres, so
yeah,
he's already checked.
13.5 Ks is the cool down lap, so yeah, the boys definitely need. So Leonage first across the line from his teammate Alex Court. A 1-2 for Nationwide Tracking Systems. And Cameron Veacock with a very good podium position there. Rainer Costello up 12 positions in 4th. Hayden Harrison in 5th. Robert Chrisdale 6th with a good solid drive there. War Boys up 5 positions in 7th. Jamie Davis in 8th. Tommy Heyman in 9th, up 21 positions. Jonathan Bean in 10th. Alison Dawson, Luke Fraser, Kyle Booth, Sean Pidwell, Wayne Taylor, Atakazinos. Hopefully he'll correct me if I got that wrong. Dean Williams, Brent Gosling, David Zittebart, Mitch Campbell, Dean Reddit in 21st, David Kirby in 22nd, Tim Mulford in the 3rd of the NTS cars, Sean McNamara, our defending champion, down 17 spots in 24th position, Blake Irk, 25th, Wade Michael, Jason Davis, Peter Crossingham. First time I've seen him in the Split 1 championship. Peugeot, Lindsay Hobbs, Michael Dumbrell, Steve Vella, James Anderson. After winning the round 1 at America, he has finished 33rd tonight. So it's going to be one of those sorts of seasons. And after the, it's quite funny actually. You notice that James Anderson, who won round 1 in 33rd, Simon Chadwick, who won round 2 in 34th. So that's why people keep watching these series. They keep turning up. It's not like your Formula 1 where you can pretty much check your first 3. Podium is the same every week. Riley Simons in 35th, Ashley Davis in 36th, John Nikolaev in 37th. Pending penalty. There could be a few penalties at the end of this one. Race control might be burning the midnight oil tonight. Or Split 2, replayed tomorrow night. Don't miss that. Noticed they had a bit of a driver's lounge where the boys get together and have a chat about the race. Very entertaining.
Yeah, very cool. That's very cool.
And there you can see the championship points. You got the championship points there, Ben?
No, mate, I can't see them there. No.
So Leonage on 458 points leads back to, that was at Alex Court on 426. And Trent Gosling 396. Hayden Harrison alongside on 396. And Alan Dawson, very consistent driving. In 5th position there. But Leonage, what a position he finds himself in now. He's just got to string that consistency together. Generally is. He had a bit of bad luck in the midsection early last season. He can keep up this qualifying form that he's in. Get away clean starts at the front. It's going to be a hard man to hold back in.
Yeah, look, he looked comfortable throughout the race, didn't he, Jamie? Yeah, he felt you could feel that he had a really good handle on the race pace, and I wouldn't be surprised if he was just holding back there a little bit, looking after those tyres, because he made up that space, that time on Alex, pretty quickly, and then it looked like the boys sort of held position there for that last lap. But great result, great team result. The guys at NTS should be really, really pleased with that, and exceptionally pleased for Laz in his first win. Should be very proud of that.
I've never seen him look so comfortable. It's race, it sort of fell into his lap a little bit at the start, where the 9.5 Sim Speed boys in McNamara and Chadwick got involved in an incident, but that's qualifying. If you've got to get up the front and get away from that rubbish.
That's exactly right.
Leonage managed to do it. Not put a foot wrong, got away off the grid perfectly, into turn 1, brake, didn't overshoot it, smooth through turn 1 and had a 2.5 lead as they head down into the curves and the back straight.
Absolutely,
So,
absolutely.
good tried by Leonage. And good teamwork there from Cord as well. Well deserved, well deserved.
Just remind me, Jamie, who we had on pole at the start of the race. We had Leonage.
Leonage.
Yeah.
don't know if he got the fastest lap, so we'd be too worried about that at this point in time. 3 pole positions, a race win, and last week at Mid-Ohio, he was second, so he's in super form.
Yeah.
Here comes the burnout. He normally treats the equipment so gingerly. He doesn't like to abuse the equipment, so this is going to be rare for Leonage.
Giving it a good old thrash.
There you go. That's his burnout. All done. Oh no, he's got to do a burnout. Here we go. There's the smoke. Rear wheels are lit up. No, he had it in him. Did not know he had it in him, but this is a special occasion.
There we go.
Oh, I don't know if he'd be feeling good, but he'd be a little bit like, oh, I've got to look after the machine. That's it. He's not going to do any more than that.
All done.
He's still going. He's still going. Well done, Lassett. Leonage. That's a great win.
Yeah, great result. You should be really proud of that. I'm sure he's super pumped. I'm looking forward to chatting with him.
Leonage caught Veacock 1, 2, 3 on the podium. A great drive by Rainer Costello, very new to the series.
Mm.
That was a brilliant battle between Costello, Veacock, and Harrison there. That final lap. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, that was amazing. That was amazing. Guys should be really proud of that. I think that was a really great race. It was racing right up through the whole lot there, right up through the grid.
Let's bring Cameron Veacock in for a chat.
Bring him up. Let's have a chat.
You got your Cameron?
Yeah, buddy, I'm here.
Congratulations for their position in the Trak Racer Le Mans 160. How'd you go? How'd it feel out there?
Look, I had a lot of pace out there. The track felt really good, but just the slowdowns were quite vicious, unfortunately, that got me early on, and I just couldn't bring it back. I was chasing the whole way.
Yeah, we mentioned in the preview that the slowdowns were going to be critical. You want to stay in the front leading pack and use that draft. And if you got one of those slowdowns and got caught up in another battle pack a little bit further back, it was always going to be hard.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Like for the last half of the race, though, I had my teammate pretty much right at my tail, but there was some questionable driving by one of the other cars that was around me at the time, and I don't know what they were thinking, to be honest. Coming into that chicane, I think Mulsanne 2, yeah, just nearly put me into the wall coming out of their chicane. So I wasn't too pleased about that, but what do you do? Racing's racing, I guess.
You weren't out there on an island on your own there. There was quite a few black flags thrown out throughout the race. But yeah, it looked like a very interesting battle there on that last lap between Rainer Costello and your teammate Hayden Harrison there.
Yeah, definitely. I feel unfortunate for Hayden. He came into Indianapolis and just overcooked it a little bit, and then all I got was the call to go round him because I had the pace coming out of the corner. So that's exactly what I did. And he's kicking himself about it because it should have been his P3. Yeah. But what do you do?
Oh, well, that's Indianapolis. I mean, that's Le Mans for you as well. You come to that last lap and yeah, you lose the drive there. It's easy to lose 2 or 3 positions on a corner like that.
Yeah, exactly right.
I'd like to shout out to your sponsors and any other mentions.
Yeah, definitely. I want to shout out to all of the team. We're coming along slowly. We're getting quicker and quicker, so we're getting there. Shout out to Simrigs and Blackshaw's Smash Repairs. And also to RSW Graphics for this amazing livery we have now.
Excellent.
Good on you, Cameron.
So,
see you at Villeneuve next week at
yeah.
Montreal.
Definitely. Hayden has actually said that it's his favourite track, so I'm hoping he's going to put in some big results for us because, yeah, he's been talking it up for the last few days, so we'll see what happens.
It's always a dangerous sign, Cameron, when they start talking it up, mate, but as long as
put pressure on yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Throw it over the curbs, mate. I reckon it's good to see the team up there fighting as well, so well done to you and the team for the hard work.
The new livery.
Good stuff. Yeah, it looks really good.
Thanks, boys. We're trying, and yeah, what can I say? We're going to keep getting there, and we should be up at front a bit more now, hopefully.
No, you're definitely well on the way. The team's come along really well, so congratulations, mate. And congratulations on the P3 as well.
Thanks, guys.
No worries. All right, Alex Court.
Hey.
Alex Court, P2. Congratulations, mate.
Hey guys, how are we?
How was that? I'm not sure if we picked it up in the telecast, but lap 1, diving down after the second one. I thought you were going to either slide into the back of Laz, or you were going to end up in the sand, but you managed to gather it up, mate. But yeah,
I was hoping you weren't going to bring that up.
I'll always do that.
It was a bit of a hair-raising moment, to say the least.
Yeah.
He always catches those little moments. Nothing misses Ben's attention.
Had the brakes set back a bit.
Yeah, just with the draft, just missed the brakes a little bit.
Pretty easy to do on the cold tyres, mate. But no major damage, and managed to. You had some really good pace there too, in that first half, and after that last pit stop as well. But Laz sort of reeled you in a bit there. Tyres, little mistakes we didn't pick up on. What was happening there?
No, I think Laz just after the pit stops, he just had a little bit more pace on me. So
yep.
Rather than fighting, don't want to take out a teammate. I did that enough last season. So yeah.
Yeah, you and Alex, you and Lasseth worked really well together there. You used the slipstream together. You pitted at exactly the same time.
Yeah.
You worked together as a team. You didn't battle too much to slow yourselves down, and it was just brilliant. Like a team formation, 1-2 across the line.
Yep.
Couldn't ask for much more. But going back to the first lap, first corner, were you involved at all? Did you see what happened in that first corner? Because it looked pretty untidy, and it's really worked out well for you. Sean McNamara finishing back in 24th, and Simon Chadwick in 34th.
Wow, that's huge. I just kept to the left of all the cars, so I managed to get through unscathed. And just put my head down and didn't worry about the cars behind.
Yeah, that's a really good comment, actually, Alex. It's about keeping your head down and just keeping the eyes forward and letting everything else worry at the back for itself.
Yep.
I think, unfortunately, what happens sometimes, we have a lot of people more worried about what's going on right then rather than looking down the track. But well done, mate. Excellent result.
And you're P2 in the championship there now after that result, Alex. So Leonard's leading. Alex
awesome.
for second in the championship.
Yep.
You better shout out to your sponsors while you're asking that
question. First of all, Nationwide Tracking Systems, Goodyear Auto Care Warana, Trak Racer, Abruzzi Racewear Australia, Cars for Hope, and Racing with Autism Australia.
Yeah, well done, Alex, and well done on the P2, mate. Excellent result.
Thanks very much, guys. Thank you.
See you next week.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Excellent. Thanks, mate.
Thanks, guys.
Well, all right,
man of the moment.
Man of the hour, lads. Congratulations, P1. It has arrived.
Oh, about bloody time, Ben. It only took me 2 seasons and 3 races to get there, but
well, you've been teasing it out. You've been teasing it out for a couple of seasons, mate. We've seen you coming, and there's been a couple of opportunities there that, to be honest with you, they're no fault of your own. But it's all starting to come together. What's the change, mate? What's going on?
Well, things started to sort of slot in together at the moment. 3 rounds, P1 on all of them, on Collie. So, I mean, this track, I was quite new to it on Wednesday, and I was one of the slowest guys in the team in team practice on Wednesday night. And I put in a lot of hours.
Yeah,
more than double what I usually put in.
Yeah,
to get that
hear,
car on P1. So yeah.
Mid Ohio, you said you'd been practicing less, and you were getting good
probably
results.
about 4 hours for Mid Ohio. This is more like 13 hours.
That's good to hear because I was starting to worry that you were just a natural ability freak that just could jump into the thing and win without no practice at all.
I wish, mate. I wish.
Yeah, don't we all?
We'll do. No,
Has there been something that you're doing different? Is there something maybe with your hardware or your rig at home or something technical that you might have changed, or is it just consistency or racecraft, or is it
To be
something you
honest,
can put your finger on?
To be honest, the only thing I've changed is my exercise routine, just physical. That's about
Oh,
it.
really?
That's the only thing I've changed in the last 10 weeks, and the results started coming.
That's fascinating.
Maybe a bit of mental clarity on the track. I don't know.
Well, I couldn't agree with you more, Laz. I think we're at a level with this game in iRacing that every corner counts, and you've got to have that mental focus to be able to do it.
Yeah.
The car setup can be perfect, but if you're not in the right zone, if you've had a couple of beers, or if you've got a hangover from the night before, I can tell you it doesn't work. Not from experience, but it just simply doesn't work.
No.
You've got to be absolutely zoned in. So yeah, it's a really smart call out, Laz, and the other call out there in terms of the amount of time and effort that the winners put in to winning a race in terms of hours and preparation. You've nailed it. That's exactly right. It starts from getting the start right, getting the lap right, getting the entry into the pit lane right. All that sort of stuff absolutely makes up tenths, and that's why you ended up at the front. Congratulations, mate.
Thank you. I mean, over the last 2 seasons, one thing I've noticed is you have to have the overall package to win races. You can't just be a good qualifier or a good racer. You just have to have the full package, and that's what I'm working on at the moment. So,
Yep. And big balls.
Working, lads.
And big balls, lads. So well done, mate.
Thanks, guys.
Shout out to your sponsors before you head off and celebrate that win.
Yeah, mate. As usual, NTS. Craig's been helping us with crew chiefing and sporting as well. It's been a big help. Abruzzi Australia, Goody Auto Care Warana, Drive Sim, Trak Racer, VR covers, Cars for Hope, and obviously JP for his wise words from time to time when he pops into to chat to us. And finally, my family. I mean, I won't be able to put this much time with the little one who's about 19 months old if my wife wasn't carrying a whole lot of the load. So big thanks to her as well.
Yeah, nice one, mate. Congratulations again. And where are we off to next? Gilles Villeneuve in Canada. So
love that track.
Yeah, it's an interesting track. You smash through those sleeping policemen at that final chicane. That's always exciting. Yeah, I got a bit of a soft spot for it as well, mate. Well, I look forward to another pole, mate, another win. You got the momentum. Let's go for it.
I will be trying, that's for sure.
Excellent, mate. Congratulations.
Well done, lads.
Thanks,
See you
Jamie.
next week.
Well, there you go, Jamie. That's Le Mans done and dusted. We're off to Canada next week, and I honestly think that Laz, Alex, and the NTS boys will be ready to really focus on backing it up again. But I'll tell you what,
around so quickly, Ben. The setup will be out tomorrow, and I'm sure these guys will be on the track. They won't be hitting officials at Le Mans. They'll be straight into Villeneuve and smashing out the laps. It never ends. The circus just keeps rolling on week to week.
It does, mate. It does.
We'll keep bringing it to these viewers on SimShed Broadcasting.
Absolutely, mate. I'll tell you what. I reckon those Chadwick and McNamara boys will be red hot into it for next race. So looking to redeem themselves. So I reckon it's going to be a cracker.
Of course, Hayden Harrison to look out for as well. His favourite track. Massively, said he loved it. Court loves it. So it's going to be a massive battle at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, the Montreal Formula One track. Can't wait. Looking forward to it. Bring on Tuesday night. I can't wait for it next week.
Yeah, it should be an absolute cracker. Well, look, another big thanks to Nationwide Tracking Systems for their massive support for the V8 Evolution Championship, and of course we've got a Bruzy Racewear, we've got Trak Racer, we've got Custom Art. Well, Custom art. Custom track art. I haven't even had a beer tonight. I don't know what's going on. Race management services, Coglan Engineering, track cams for Gourmet, Melbourne Hydrographic Depots, and of course Goodyear Auto Care down at Ruana, our second major sponsor. So big thanks to those guys. That's what helps keep us racing. Jamie, thanks again, mate. Absolute pleasure.
Good to have you back, Ben. I hope the painting went well at your house.
Mate, I didn't do it. Somebody else did it, so it's gone exceptionally well. So
That's the way I like to do my painting as well.
Yeah,
Get somebody else to do it for me.
you get the people who know what they're doing. Leave it to the professionals. But
Yeah, leave it to the professionals. It's not
That's
the
right.
sort of job you want to be jumping in and doing. So we'll see you all at Gilles Villeneuve for 25 laps of Montreal this time next week. See you then.
see you, boys.